So what we're going to do here is to click on the first cell, hold down the Control key, drag through those headings, drag through those headings, drag through those headings, and one final click, and I did all that whilst I was holding down the Control key. Now we're going to go to the Home tab and click the bold button, which will bold all the headings, and we also want to increase the font size by clicking the drop arrow next to the font to 14 points. Now, having increased the font size, notice that in some cells that the text is too wide for the size of the cell, so we need to widen the column, and I'm going to do that just one by one so we can watch it. And the first one I'm going to do is XYZ fruiterers. I'm just going to widen that cell slightly so that XYZ fruiterers fits within column D. Similarly, the word February has been truncated, so I'm going to widen that cell, this time by dragging, and also the average cost. The word cost has moved over into the next cell. In this case, I'll point at the divider line, and instead of dragging, I can use the alternative method to double click. So there we go. Now we can tick that task as having been completed. And we'll deselect the selections. Now our next step is to merge and center the heading XYZ fruiterers. When I merge and center a heading, I do this. I click on the first cell and drag across the cells across which I want the text to be merged and centered. And in the alignment group, I see that there is a merge and center command, which when I click will do exactly that. So that's given the spreadsheet a more professional look. The next task is to center the labels in E6 to J6. So I click on E6, drag across to J6, and choose the center align button in the alignment group. And when I click that, there's a small change to the appearance because now all of the headings have been centered in their respective cells. Let's tick that one as having been completed. Change the active cell to G2. All we do here is to click in the cell that we want to make active. When I make a cell active, it means that I can deal with the contents of the cell, perhaps by deleting the contents or formatting or whatever task you need to perform. But all you need to do, of course, is to click in a particular cell. If I wanted to make I1 the active cell, I would simply click in it, and Excel would go to that cell. Let's go back to cell G2, and we'll tick the task as having been performed. Copy the contents of cell D9 and paste in cell D18. When I click on cell D9, the oranges, to select that cell, I will right click and choose the copy command. That puts the what I call marching ants around the cell to show that I've copied the contents. I'm now going to go down to D18 and click in that cell and right click, and I will paste. And that pastes the contents of D9 to D18. I'll now press the escape key to get rid of the marching ants. And now we want to delete the contents. As I scroll down here, delete the contents of cell D18. So having clicked in the cell, I simply press the delete key. Remember that selecting the cell lets me handle whatever I want to do in that cell. So I'll press the delete key, and there we go, the contents have been deleted. So we can put ticks in those two tasks. Now our final two tasks in your job preparation tests is to select all of the data and look at it in print preview to see how the spreadsheet would print. Then we'll set up the printing to print the entire sheet on one page. So the first thing we're going to do is to invoke our golden rule and select the data. Now there are two ways I can issue a print command. One is by clicking File, Print, and the other, the quicker way to save a tick or a click, is to hold down the Control key and press the letter P. That takes you into print preview. You'll notice at the moment that the landscape orientation has been chosen, and it is my recommendation to always print your spreadsheets in landscape. This is because there are generally quite a number of columns involved, and the spreadsheet will print rather more easily readable in landscape. Secondly, we want to look at this command which says print the active sheets. If I clicked on that, it would print, as it says, the active sheet. In this case it would be first quarter. If you want to print the entire spreadsheet, then you would click the drop arrow and click Print Entire Workbook. Let's go back and we will click on our two tasks as having been completed. Now you are fully armed to complete a basic Excel job application with either a prospective employer or an employment agency. I'd like to thank you so much for watching, and I wish you every success with your test. Bye for now.